But when I started to study quantum physics, and I realized that quantum theory states that my world is actually immaterial. It's not material, because when you break the particles and the quantums on all those particles down, they're really immaterial substance. So that kind of put off an aha moment in my mind, right? And I was thinking to myself, so if quantum physics says the world, my world, or I am immaterial, I mean, this world I perceive in is immaterial. It's not material. It's not solidity. So I say to myself, okay, why am I seeing things solid? And then another light went off into my head, and it says, well, the reason you're seeing things solid has to do with how my brain processes information. So to my brain, it just looks solid, but in actual reality, it's immaterial. So the big picture stood out to me, that my world was actually immaterial. Even though I'm perceived solid stuff, I knew in the big picture behind the scenes that what I'm seeing is actually like an illusion. So I said to myself, I said, all right, if this is true, then let me put this theory to the test. So I started to experiment on myself. So what I started to do, I said, all right, so what if I started to say to myself that, okay, I live in a universe, I live in a friendly universe. And then I said, and this universe is designed to serve me. Because according to quantum physics says, Mark, your world is immaterial. If my world is immaterial, then what else stood out to me was how the atom or the electron work. It's like it needs someone to observe it, to observe the particle. So I said to myself, all right, so that means I'm creating my world based on my observation. And then I went on even deeper and talked about superposition, and it got even better for me. It says, not only, Mark, are you creating your world to, observation, but you have infinite probabilities of your world. So I said, okay, so let me test this stuff out. So I created this mantra, right? And I would do this twice. I would do it in the morning, and I do it in the night. And when I would get up in the morning, I would look in my mirror, and I would say the following words. I would say, Mark, you live in a friendly universe, and a universe that's designed to serve you. And I would say that around 10 to 15 times. And then while I was saying it, then I would think about all the stuff that I would want. And I would say it in the morning, and then right before bed, I would do it again 15 times. Then I would go to sleep. And after 30 days, I did this continuously every day for 30 days. Right? Then I noticed slight changes. And that gave me more motivation. Like, man, something's working. I started to get, my job, I would get like extra bonuses. They'd give me more hours. A lot of good stuff started happening that wouldn't happen before. At that time I started playing the lottery too, guys, manifesting stuff. Then I would notice like win more on the tickets. I was like, okay, there's something going on here. So I continued to do it again. So after 60 days, that's when it just, it was like a miracle. It was like so many stuff started to happen, man. I started to get money, abundance. It was like I got a promotion, because I was entering the culinary world as chef. I got promoted to be the sous chef, the executive sous chef. I was making more money, man. It was incredible. And then I was attracting the right people. And this was during when I was starting, what I'm doing now. It was coming into place. And I figured it out. I was like, wow, that's really the secret. So I started to say, that mantra really changed it for me. So I said, wow, that's the way to get anything you desire. So when I look back in hindsight now, when I look back at what was happening, right? I wasn't sure what was happening, but now I know what was actually happening. What was happening back then, man, I was just impressing my subconscious mind every day by talking out loud, and then I would expect things to work out in my favor, because I had this belief, or I had this program, that I lived in a friendly universe that was designed to serve me. And this was so profound, because what happened was I got to the point where I really didn't care anymore. It's like if something happened, or something previously that I thought would finally affect me, there was this quiet confidence. There was this quiet expectation that, Mark, you already know everything is going to work out in your favor. You don't have to sweat this. And it would always do. And that was the light bulb that went off, and I was like, whoa. So to me, that quantum theory became a quantum law, because in my perspective now, in my world, in my reality, in my world now, it was a law. It was no more. It was no longer theory now. It was like a law, man. And that's the mantra, guys. That's what will make money chase you. I did it for 60 days. So I said, hey, let me share that. It's the first time I'm telling this story. So I would go in the bathroom twice daily, right in the morning and one before night. I would say, I'll call my name and I said that we live in a friendly universe that supports us. That was a profound insight for me, that we live in a friendly universe that's designed to serve us. Okay? Friendly universe that's designed to serve you and I. And so if you want money to chase you, that's the mindset. You adopt that mindset that you live in a friendly universe, and a universe that's designed to serve you. And I mean, that's really what started happening. You know what I mean? So I think you do that. That's why money will chase you. And it's very powerful. And now looking back in retrospect and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, it's really our attention and how we view ourselves, our self-perception of ourselves and what we expect from ourselves. That's what really forms our reality. So I think that's very powerful. And that's the secret. You live in a universe that's designed to serve you.